Built Better, the podcast for home improvement contractors by Modernize Home Services.
Now, Matt, you're the CMO, so you take care of marketing, right? So that's what a CMO does. But it comes to my mind that when you're marketing to folks, there's a lot of different stakeholders involved, in getting a device like this, or getting really an ecosystem involved, right? And that's more so what I think your product is. It's kind of creating that ecosystem where people can feel safe in their homes and not have to be in nursing homes, not have, assisted living facilities, all that good stuff here. Right. How do you factor in the different stakeholders, the son, the daughter, the caregivers? How does that factor into your marketing plan when you're trying to sell your services?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's one of the big things that we faced early on. Is this list of challenges? One I mentioned was that negative stigma and the crowded space in the industry. But another was, when you think about this service, it can be commoditized very fast. And so we wanted to be able to take a step back and say, well, how do we build a community? What does it mean? Who are these players in this space? What are they trying to do? 75% of the time, it's a caregiver, whether that be, a person living in the household with the older adult that needs assistance, a younger family member that is also living with them, or they could be three states away that are looking to protect them because they know they live alone. There's a lot of different types of caregivers, and we hate to bucket those into a silo that says caregivers, because you could be 16 years old and you could be a caregiver. So we like to look at it more of, what are these different types of caregivers? What does it mean for them from a protection standpoint of the person that, they're looking to get this device for? And how do we change our messaging to cater to their needs? And first and foremost, it's a purchase decision that typically involves a lot of family members. Usually there's a couple of family members involved that are trying to make this decision. It's a tough one. It's a really difficult conversation to have with an aging adult to say, Mom, in order for you to keep living in this house, we really need you to be protected. We have a lot of fear and anxiety. By no means are you a burden to us, but we are constantly in fear that we're going to find you laying on the floor alone, helpless. And we just need you to have something like this. And most people can't stomach it, right? Because what happens is you're taking care of your whole life by this person. And then you have to have a reverse conversation, right? And, you're potentially changing their diapers at its worst stage. And so we are just trying to provide enough education to help a person with every aspect of this. So at the very beginning, getting them a fall prevention guide, helping them understand all the household risks and fears that could be looming around the corner, simple things on how to safety proof your house. We want to be there to provide them with even things that they should be doing personally if we're talking to the older adult. Here's how you regularly exercise. Here are the important things, from wearing the right shoes to things you should be doing to, make sure that you're protecting yourself in the bathrooms where 80% of the falls typically occur, or setting yourself up with a step ladder and going and reaching for something high up like a plate. And so there's two very distinct markets. You've got that caregiver market and you've got that end user market. And most marketers would say, I'm just going to go ahead and attack that. We like to break things up by a lot of different cohorts and segments. It's what has allowed us to identify those people who are raising their hands, who have a very different story and have been able to cultivate one in which resonates well with them and helps them feel like, not only from when they purchase it, that this product and service is right for them, but from a continual nurturing standpoint, that this was the right choice, and that this is a service and a product that continues to help them have that peace of mind that they originally were looking for. So we've put a lot of attention towards it. Even on the website, if you go on our website, you'll see risk assessments that help identify a score based of some answers that are very important for us to understand at the front. We capture that information and use it for segmenting. And then a product chooser. I mean, a lot of groups say it's pretty easy just to put together a couple questions and kind of give them a product, but really it's more about just saying this decision is hard enough. You're going through a lot right now. And if you're by yourself, it's even worse. And so if you have a couple family members, great, but let us try to figure out a way to help you be consultative, walk you through the process, and make this as simple as possible. So that way, the hardest part potentially is having the conversation and not trying to figure out how to buy the perfect product that mom's actually going to want to wear. And that goes a long way in saying that, we want to be the experts in this space, but we also want to evolve. We're working on a customer portal. That is something we've spent a long time not having. It's one thing that we put off because we just wanted to make sure we did it right. I hired a phenomenal UX lead. She is the ultimate Swiss Army knife. She can do anything. She can code, she can design, but she's putting together just a wonderful experience that helps pull all of those data points that we're collecting along the way and present something in front of a person via desktop, portal, or app. That's going to help them understand those pain points. It's going to track them. It's going to timeline them out. Potentially in the future, it could even say, the risk has, from where you initially had your score, gone to a certain point where now it may be time to start to think that maybe assisted living could be something that you want to look into, or at least going to an apartment complex where you have safety gear that's necessary that's not currently in your house, and it would cost a lot of money to retrofit your house with that kind of safety. I mean, you guys know for sure, being in the space, how costly it can get. Kind of trying to get the grab bars and the grips and the ramps up in front. And so we're trying to keep people out of that as long as possible and delay that process, but inevitably it will occur. And we want to figure out a way to be with them even after that. This is something that you should have. Medical guardian service should be something that you have with you for life. And we don't want to be a commodity. We don't want to be the service you get for 3 years and then you cancel. And then we just have, high attrition rate because we claim that it's because we have older adults as our customers. We want to be a service that continues to help them even after the fact of not needing a medical alert system.